Hi, Evelyn.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you so much for being on the show. I know last season we wanted to bring you on, and we had some technical difficulties. I was using another site, and I was so discouraged because I really wanted you on, but I thank you for agreeing to be on the show tonight.
I'm having fun with you anyway. We have fun together anytime we talk.
Yes, we do, even on Facebook and everything. And I met Evelyn on Facebook in a professional network that we were in and called Promote Me, right? It was Promote Me Entrepreneurs.
Yes.
And
That was a while ago, yes.
yes, it was a few years ago. And she was always busy. She was always marketing and promoting her stuff, and I was there promoting and marketing my stuff, and I was in the midst of, narrowing down what it was that I wanted to do. And I joined the group so I could be inspired, and Evelyn was one of those that inspired me. So Evelyn, can you introduce yourself to our audience, and for everyone who's in here and everyone who's watching for Evelyn and everyone who's watching for me or just watching the show because you just want to get something, which I know most of you are here to get something, if you want to ask a question, please, in order to ask the question, you have to be in the chat room. The comments area outside of the show, we can't see it until afterwards. So ask a question. And guess what else? You can even ask it on Twitter because it'll pop up on my phone. I'm at Sequoia Willis, and I can ask Evelyn the questions too, and we can both answer it. But please sign in with your username and password for Facebook, or just quickly create an account. It takes about a minute or less, and you can come in and be in the chat room. Just looking for look for the login sign and come back in. It will go to ustream.com and log in, and then type in the Sequoia Show, and you'll be able to ask a question. Evelyn, can you tell us, start us off with a little bit about your story? Let's go to the beginning.
Okay. It all started when I first thought about my own business. The day it started, I can still remember it. I was working at a bank, DNC bank for 15 years, and I was sick, and I went to the bathroom. And my supervisor came in the bathroom searching for me and told me I had 1 minute to do what I had to do. Mm-hmm. And at that moment, I stated that I cannot stay in this place, and I have to find some kind of skills to get out of here and start my own business. So that's what the very beginning of me starting to think about starting my own business. From that moment on, I gave the bank 15 years of my life. I dreaded it. But the day my life changed was the day I was coming home. I was coming home from work one day, and my gas bill had got cut off in my house. And my husband came to me, floored at me that my gas bill got cut off, even though I was the only one working. He wasn't working. We was driving, and as he floored, he didn't see this tractor trailer coming. And the tractor trailer hit our car. Our car flipped over about 3 or 4 times. To make a long story short, I was trapped in the car for probably about 2 hours. They had to get the jaws of the life, cut open the whole car, get me out of the car, and rush me to trauma. And they had a minute, 5 minutes before they cut my leg, to amputate my leg. So that is good because by me not panicking because I was worried about my coach bag at the moment inside the car. And I was still walking. He was like, can you feel your toes? Because we need to cut your leg. And I was like, I feel my toes, but where's my coach bag? And whatever happened,
Evelyn, Evelyn, I'm sorry to cut you off. I didn't mean to cut you off. Are you on speakerphone right now?
No, I'm on an earplug. I have an earplug in, so should I just take and put another plug in?
Yeah, can you just go speak through the receiver, because it sounds a little staticky, and I'm not sure if the viewers can hear everything. I can hear you, but I want to make sure they can hear you.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
How about this?
Yes, that's better. That's better. Okay.
See, what the high-tech stuff don't always work, guys.
So Evelyn was bringing us up to date. She said it started when she was at her job. She was there for about 16 years, right, Evelyn?
Yeah.
And she was not feeling well. She went to the restroom, and her supervisor came and said she had how many minutes?
I had 1 minute to hurry up because I was on the clock. To hurry up being sick and get back to my desk.
And she said she was fed up after that. She just was like, I have to get out of this job and develop some skills so that I can do my own thing. And then she was in a car with her husband that evening coming home, Evelyn?
It was another evening. That wasn't enough motivation for me. Okay. It took something drastic to knock me against my head. It took a tractor trailer to knock me off the road for me to open my eyes for being a small business owner.
And she said that her leg could have been amputated. Can you repeat that last part about when you was in the car?
Yes, what happened was I was in a car stuck for 2 hours upside down. I was twisted so many ways, and by the time they got the jaws of life and cut my whole top of the car off and got me to the hospital, I was getting ready to pass out. But I was worried about my Coach pocketbook so bad. I thought they left it in the car, and they was like, "Can you wiggle your toe?" And I said, "Yes." They said, "If you can't wiggle your toe, we got to amputate it. We only have minutes." And I said, "I'll feel my toe," but I want my Coach bag, and I was out. And when I woke up, it was a whole different life for me.
Wow. So what happened when you woke up?
When I woke up and I saw the side of my leg and everybody was praying for me, the first thing that happened to me, I didn't know was my leg still there. And when the doctor came in my room, he told me I still could have my leg amputated because my leg was shattered. I had lost 4 inches of bone and it shattered all over the place. So they didn't know if they was going to be able to rebuild me. So from that moment on, I did a lot of crying, a lot of praying, because when he said shattered, he meant the tibia and the fibia had shattered totally. And they told me that because of my age, it would take me about 2 to 3 years to learn how to walk again. And that's exactly how long it took, 2 years.
Now, how did you feel during that 2 years? What did you experience?
Oh, it was awful because I had to rely on others, and we know when you try to rely on others, it just don't work.
That's right.
So I had my faith became my strength because I was hoping people would come and help me. I had no food. I lost my job for 15 years, and no one helped. My house went up for foreclosure. My car went up for recall. My daughter went from an A to an F student, and we had no food, and no one, even family members, was not helping us. And I did nothing but cry and pray. And the only thing that got me through was PBS and TJ. I was watching TV, and I would keep on TVN, and I would watch that every night, and that's how I got through the 2 years. It was crazy because we had nothing. The sheriff came and served my daughter. I think my daughter was only 12, and the sheriff served her papers that we had to move in 30 days because my house went up for foreclosure.
Wow, that had to be the toughest thing to experience.
It was crazy.
And it's something in
I still think about that day when my daughter came to me with the paperwork and I couldn't walk to even open the door. I still think about that and never ever want to go there again.
Yeah, I know. And you didn't ask for it. This is not something you made a choice for. But you said you wanted a difference and you wanted a change. And I'm sure you were praying for that change to happen. But you never expected it to begin like this.
Yeah. So what changed me the most is sometimes we get so wrapped up into ourselves and we can't see the bigger picture. So I had to take the focus off of me and my pain, and I looked at my daughter's eyes and her pain about her being the only child. I had to look at how she went from an A student to an F student, how she was so hurt. And so what I had to do was just focus totally on her for me to grow, because I was too frustrated with myself because I couldn't do anything. So I had to take it off of me and put it on her.
And see, your daughter was your strength as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So
she was my major strength. Yes.
I know. And you know what? And Tiffany is so strong for that. I think that the experience probably strengthened you both as a whole. You learned to depend on each other, and that all you needed was each other. Did you have a lot of help when you were going through that stuff?
You know, I hate to say this, but I had my parents. And my immediate family, my sister and my brother. But everybody else, they was like, "I'm sorry y'all going through this, and I got my own bills, I got my own life. I can't help y'all." And so it was, I love my close family, and I love other family members, but they just couldn't do it. And I wasn't upset with them,
right?
But they couldn't help us. They just couldn't help us. And I mean, I just prayed about things, and one day I just got up and I said, God, please take me off all this medicine. Because I was on so much medicine, they had to move people there because I was the worst case in Philadelphia. They flew a doctor over from Russia to experiment with me because my leg was so messed up that they put cement in my leg to get my leg to work again. And no family member could help us. And I just prayed. And God was good because I forgot. Because I was on so much medicine, I had forgot that I had did all these hours of overtime. There was money sitting in the bank for me. That my last 3 paychecks, I had never cashed.
Wow.
I never cashed them.
Wow. And see.
And so once I cashed 3 checks, I came out of foreclosure. I saved my house. I'm still in my house today, and it's 23 years later. See,
that happened for a reason. You wasn't supposed to remember it. And I want to encourage somebody in the audience tonight. For some reason, it touched me when Evelyn said that she had her immediate family, her sisters and her mother, and she had her daughter and her siblings. But everyone else and close friends and stuff, they had their own issues. There's someone out there tonight who is angry and won't let go of a situation with their family members or a close friend. And I want to encourage you to let that go, because you cannot keep blaming someone for what you go through. The truth of the matter is that everyone else does have a life. And you have to let that go for you to be able to move on. And you have to be able to forgive them for not being able to help you because they couldn't at that time. Or maybe they could, you felt they could, but their money was allocated for something else. So I want to encourage somebody to let that go. Just because you're going through something doesn't mean everyone else has to suffer with you. Do you want to add anything to that, Evelyn, or we can go?
Exactly. You're so right, because I was mad. I was so mad at my family because I owned my house at a very early age, and I'm like, I lost my house, I'm losing my car, and I was so mad. And the more I stayed mad, the worse I got into a deeper and deeper depression. And then when I gave it to God, and I said, you know what? I know this is not the life you have for me. It's going to get better. Next thing you know, 3 checks sit there. I think I needed like $4,000 to get my house out of foreclosure, and all my checks together equal to $5,000.
Wow!
And see, I had so many hours, but I was so medicated on drugs, so that got my house out of foreclosure.
Wow!
I wound up losing a car, but I was blessed with another car. But I had to forgive everybody because I don't know their situation. What looks good on the outside is not good on the inside.
That's right. And see, that was that shift. It was a shift.
To this day, we're all, my family, my cousins, all of us are very tight.
See, but it took that shift in your mindset. It took that forgiveness. It took the shift. A lot of people don't understand that what you give out, you get back. So I noticed, especially recently, there was a lot of things I had to let go of that I didn't even know I was holding on to, with just a personal attitude of my own. And most of the time, it's not the other people. Most of the time, it's something that we're asking for, but God is trying to tell us, or the universe, people believe in the universe, people believe in Allah, is trying to tell us that you got to change some stuff in you first, because I'm not going to give you anything, and you don't even know how to forgive, and you blaming everybody else for your issues.
Exactly. You're so right. It's always with us. It always starts with us.
That's right. So take us now from you saved your house. What happened next?
Okay, I wound up saving my house. My life changed with the car accident. And then the accident, it was another phase in my accident when I was totally bedridden. I was bedridden for 2 years. I couldn't walk, and for 2 years I was told that my leg was going to go. But the day my life changed from that point is when my husband, who I was married to for 18 years, told me he no longer wanted to be with me because he couldn't deal with the way my leg moved anymore, because one leg is shorter than the other. So he left the relationship. And this one day I see so clearly, I was so hungry, and I was laying on a hospital bed in my house, and there was no one there to help me feed me, and I was hungry. And my daughter, she went and got me a pack of bacon. I had a hot plate, and I was turning bacon, and all this grease was popping me in the face, popping me on the arm. I had blisters everywhere, and I was smiling like a big kid. I was like so happy that I could do for myself. And that moment, I said to myself, you know what? This is a big step. You can cook for yourself. That means you can go make your own money. So that was the moment my life changed, because after like 2 weeks later, I was on crutches, and I hopped over to the Avon office. And this is where my Avon career started. And I was on crutches, and I walked in the door, and the lady said, "What can I help you with?" I said, "My house is a mess. I need help. I'm losing my marriage. I need to work." And she looked at me.
And that's the Avon store. She said she walked into the Avon store.
Yes. And they sent me home crying. They told me there's nothing we can do with you on crutches.
Oh, man.
I said, "But I'm losing everything. I need this now." She said, "Go home. When you come from the crutch, when the cast get off your leg, then come back and you can sell Avon." So I went home crying, and the very next day, consistent, I went back on the crutches again the very next day. And the lady looked at me and said, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes." She said, "Well, if you're serious, you need to buy a good $30 to $50 worth of product, and I'm going to see how serious you are." So I said, "If I work this and I can earn the $50, can I sell Avon?" And she said, "Yes." And from that day, and 15 years later with Avon, I wound up being an executive director, the first African American executive director in Philadelphia.
Go ahead.
I wound up winning 2 cruises to the Bahamas, all expenses paid, walking on the boat with a king. I went to a king, and I wound up winning money, TV, everything. My life changed because of the bacon. The bacon. That's what changed my life.
Hold on, girl, because we got a lot in here that. Woo, Evelyn. First of all, we have Alice Hockaday Williams in the chat room said, "Preach on, sister." And okay, let me go back. I'm gonna go back to, you said your husband that you was married to for 18 years. You said.
Yeah, 18 years. I was married with him, and he couldn't take the sight of my legs. He couldn't take it, and he left.
And I know. See, we all go through this. It's always one thing after another, and then the worst feeling. Because I've been through that. The worst feeling ever. Because see, you feel you can get through anything when your spouse is there with you. You have your children and your spouse. As long as my immediate family is right there with me, I can get through this. And then you have one of the people that's supposed to be one of the strongest links tells you, "Listen, I can't deal with this anymore." Not only does it make you feel alone, but it also makes you decrease, your self-esteem decreases. So you're already going through something physically, and then now you're thinking about what he said because he can't deal with your leg.
Yep. And I had a moment after that. It just keep coming. It keep coming because I thought this was the worst, and it was not the worst that happened to me.
Now,
the worst that happened to me is when he left me, I just knew I was going to lose everything. And then I got a phone call. My mother was in the hospital. And she died in 1 week.
Now, audience.
Died in 1 week. She was not sick.
Audience, you cannot tell me, because I'm practically trying not to cry. You can't tell me, and I'm talking to the audience right now. I know you're going through something. You have to please let Evelyn inspire you right now, because whatever you're going through, this woman is on top right now. And I'm not going to keep talking. I'm going to let her tell her story. But Evelyn, I want you to, can you say something to somebody in the audience right now who may have lost the love of their life, or to somebody that was real close to them in the midst of what they're going through, and they feel like they can't even move on past this point?
And I'm going to tell you, it will get better, because when I lost my mother, 2 weeks later, I lost my best aunt. She was my mother's sister. She told me at my mother's funeral, she said, "I'm dying next because I cannot live without your mother." And 2 weeks later, she died instantly. 2 weeks later. And they buried next to each other. And nobody. From that moment on, I kid you not, I stayed in my bedroom for a whole year. People never saw me. I went to a very deep, deep depression. I would not eat. I still have a daughter. She was just me and her. They could not pull me out the bed or nothing. Again, when you want to do something, the best thing for you to do is to pray to God.
Yes.
And to take the focus off of you.
Yes.
Again, I focus on my daughter.
Say that again. Say that one more time. You said, say that the best thing you could do is what?
Take the focus. The best thing you can do is you have to focus on God and take a focus on somebody else. Take it off of you, because when you're thinking about how hurt you are, you can't move, you're stuck.
Yes.
You can't move. But when you put it on God's hand, and when you think of somebody else that you love, that you're going to be there for them so they won't see your hurt, you tend to do better. So I did not want my daughter to see me so depressed because I didn't want to mess up her life. Yeah. I didn't want her life to be so bad because of my life. So I had to it's almost like when they say fake it until you make it. Yes. I had to pretend I was a happy woman just so my daughter can become happy. And as you keep doing that, it gets better. You think you're not going to come out of it. Yes. You will come out of it. And each level you come out, you get stronger. You do get stronger.
Yes. And see, that goes back to what I was saying prior to Evelyn coming on. She said, take the focus off of you and put it on someone else that you want to be there for, and put it on God. And that's just like Peter when he stepped out that boat. First, he had his focus on Jesus and he was going to walk to him. But then when the storms came, he focused on the storms. And until he put his focus back on Jesus and said, save me, he didn't come out from drowning. You start to drown when you keep focusing on you. I have people in the chat room. Prophetess Loretta said God will use the simplest things to show us what we can do to praise God. That's right. That's so true. And Brian, Wells, Katie, Dejan, Denzel, all tuned in. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it, and I hope you all can get something too. You know, we can all get something from Evelyn. And Alice Hockaday Williams said, wow, Evelyn, you found the strength to keep moving on. All right, now, the bacon. Now, the bacon, the simplest things, like Prophetess Loretta said, the simplest things. And it was popping in your face, and you woke up.
And I was laughing. I was like, oh my God, I can cook again.
Yeah, and it showed you something. It's popping in your face, but you could cook. I could feed myself. Yes. And then you went to Avon, and they sent you home crying, and you still didn't give up. They said, come back when you can walk, and you made sure that you could walk, and you did not forget. See, the thing is that when we move to our next level, sometimes what set us back, audience, is when we forget what our initial goal is. You have to always stay focused on your goal. You have to remember. All right, what else happened next? So you're the first black executive for Avon. What else, Evelyn?
Right. After that moment, then I made it big with Avon, but I needed more because it was me taking care of my daughter, and I needed more. So what I did, this is when I started my business part came in. What I did was I went on Facebook and I was looking what everybody said, find a coach, find somebody who's a coach. To find me a coach. So I called this big time coach on Facebook, and I said, look, I'm trying to build my life up. I need to start a business. This was the first time I'm thinking about building my own business. And what should I do? So she told me, she said, we need to meet. She said, we can meet at a Dunkin' Donuts and we can talk. And make sure you bring $250 with you, sweetie, because I have a kid to feed. And when she said $250, I said, I don't have $250. She said, so what do you think? I want to do this for free? I said, I just need one quick advice, and that's it. You can answer it on the phone. And she said, no. And she hung up, and I cried. And I cried and said, not again. Somebody just keep throwing me against the wall. How many times I'm going to keep falling? But I was strong in books. I love to read. And what Les Brown said, if you fall, make sure I fall on my back so I can look up so I can get up.
Boom!
I got back up.
You can fall. You can fall. But don't fall face forward unless you're praying.
You know what? Here we go again. I guess this is something else I gotta be. So she said $250. I cried the same week. My daughter applied for the Art Institute because she wanted to be a cake baker. And the Art Institute told her, I'm sorry, but you have 3 kids and you're not married. So no, you cannot come to the Art Institute. So my daughter cried. So I said, okay, I'm sick of this. I told my daughter, I said, you bake cake and DSDG will be your marketing company. So that's how my first company started, the marketing company.
All right, pause, Evelyn. Pause. Because let me tell you something. I think you're the first guest I had to keep pausing because every sentence you keep talking about is good. Now, how often is it? Because I know I am not the only one. So let's keep it real in here tonight. How often is it that when you're going through something and you feel like you have no more strength, here it is, your kid's going through something too. And it's like You feel like all hope is going. You're like, now I'm going through it. The kids is going through it. What else can I go through? And see, some of us, we have a pity party. We cry and we stay crying and we give up. But what Evelyn has taught us tonight by what she said, she did not give up. Instead, she revamped her plan. You get to the point where you say, everybody shuts and slams the door in your face and you feel like you're not supposed to get anything. But no, instead, and I'm going to tell you because I did it just like Evelyn did, and we don't have the same story, but we had to create our own opportunities. This is not CNN that we're on speaking on tonight. This is Ustream, and I did a webcast. And Evelyn, Tiffany couldn't go to the school. They denied her. The coach denied Evelyn. What she did, she created her own opportunity. She didn't give up. So don't give up. Revamp your plan. Think outside the box. Okay, Evelyn, let's keep going. You want to add to that?
Yeah, basically what people gotta do, they gotta stay with their plan. My key thing with this is just take that focus off of you. Don't worry about how you feeling. Don't worry how depressed you is. You put that focus on your kids, your friends, whoever you gotta do. But just get it off of you because you're on a pity party. And we don't want that.
No.
So you gotta focus on your dreams and who can help you move forward. And that's what I did. Every time something hit me, I just kept taking the focus back off of me. I'm like, I got to the point. It got to the point where I just say, "That's all you got." I don't feel like that.
Yes, you can. Sometimes you gotta talk back. You don't even know who you're talking back to, but you gotta say, whatever you are, whoever you are, that's all you got. Because this ain't gonna stop me. The tractor trailer done hit you, and you were walking again.
I was walking again. I have a limp. People, but little kids are saying, because one lady was speaking to me, one little kid say, "Oh my God, what happened to you?" And I said, "I survived a shark attack." And they look at me and I just started laughing, and I got it good because I still have my leg, I have a limp. And the funny part, to rewind it back real quick, the doctors from Russia, they told me that I will always walk with a cane. I have not had a cane for the last 10 years.
Praise God.
So they told me, they said, you're going to always walk, because this leg is so messed up that you're going to always walk with a cane. I have the strongest toes out here. I walk on my tippy toes.
Okay. You can lift 100 tons with your toes.
Yeah, I feel my toes, and they're like, what's wrong? I don't see no cane. What happened? I ain't got no cane. I ain't one of those doctors. God told me I was going to be walking, I'm walking.
That's amazing. And now, where am I at? Alice said, put the focus in God's hand, let go and let God. Do what you, Deja said, do what you can do and God will do the rest. That's right. Prophetess Loretta said, God used those situations to show you how strong you really were when it comes to owning a business. Thank you. Because that's exactly what I was saying. I was saying, you're going through those things. You can, to whom much is given, much is required. It's like going through a training. You want to be an executive. You can't just jump up and say, I'm an executive and think that somebody is going to say, okay, we're going to pay you 60 grand a year. No, you have to go through some things. You have to go through a training. You have to go to school. You have to, whatever it is. And it's the same thing with life. When you make up in your mind, and see, I believe when you really, really want it, when you put it in your heart and you make it up in your mind that you want something so bad, that's when the boot camp begins. And you begin to go through certain things to strengthen you because you are doing some mighty big things. And if you wasn't strong enough to handle all of this stuff being thrown at you, there's no way you'd be able to handle. How many businesses do you have? 5 businesses. Okay, let's go. Let's keep going.
Okay. And I want to talk to the person out there real quick.
Go ahead.
The person who's suicidal. I'm going to tell you, I tried to commit suicide twice. And when God got a plan for you, it won't happen. I tell people to this day, I have given up so many times. Try to run into a tree and the tree moves.
Wow.
Okay?
Whoa.
So if you're thinking about it and he got something planned for you, it ain't going to happen. Take the focus off of you.
Take it off of you. The key lesson and message tonight is, no matter what you're going through, no matter how many things are coming at you, take the focus off of you. Put it on someone else you love. Evelyn said, put it on God. Take it off of you. Don't wallow in your own pity. This is not going to help.
Exactly.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna take you back to the business.
Okay.
Now how it really blew up. It blew up. Amazing how my business just blew up, and I didn't even try. And to this day, I do not try to work my business. It just happens because I know now that he has a bigger vision for me. So we went to when it first started. I started my daughter Pastry Divas business,
and it's an awesome business.
It's huge right now, and I started off with donating. Get this. I donated 1,000 cupcakes to the Unique to You Summit.
I remember.
I didn't have no money, but I just wanted Pastry Divas to look good, so I donated 1,000. But I also knew in the Bible said, whatever you give out, you get back triple-fold. So I wasn't worried. I said, okay, we're going to eat peanut butter and jelly for the rest of the week, but we will donate this 1,000 cupcakes to this organization.
That's right.
And from that donation, we got an order from the University of Penn for 4,000 cupcakes.
I remember. And Evelyn, let me tell you something. You could have fooled me and everybody else in that Facebook group because nobody would have known you ain't had no money. And you know what? I like that you don't brag, but you promote. Yeah. You promote, and then you're proud of what you're promoting. And you didn't say not one time, I don't have no money. How are we gonna do this? But we're gonna make it work. You didn't say none of that. You just did it. And so I appreciate that from you. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. My goal is to let people know I want to be real because that's what we all go through real problems.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So we go through real problems. So I always tell people there's so many things we can do to get our life together. And we might not have the same support. Like me, I'm an author of 3 books. And I kid you not, today, only person in my family who bought a book from me is my daughter. Not one family member bought a book from me, and every time I see them, I kiss them all.
Let me tell you, I know. Go ahead.
Okay, you just gotta keep it moving. I just keep it moving, and I said, you know what? God got bigger plans for me. So now my daughter's business is still, my marketing company is still, and then from there on, I said I wanted to do more books. Every book that I created, it was in my sleep. I have never just sat down and said to myself, oh my God, I gotta write a book. No, I would be asleep in the middle of the night, have paper on my bed, and wake up and stuff would be written on it. And my book started that way. I wrote each one of my books in a week.
See?
I never had to look for a title. It just came to me. And that's why I know I'm blessed. When people talk to me, I tell them, it ain't me. I don't know. I was meant to do something else. I said, God, use this body. So when I lay on that bed that day, when you get ready to take me, I'm like, I'm ready because the body is used all up anyway. So
yes.
I don't worry about it.
Yes. And okay, let me say with the chat room, Prophetess Loretta said, God has the last say, not the doctors. That's right. Canty says you have to prepare for it. Marissa Nova G says your amount of success depends on the amount of adversity you can stand. And I just want to thank you all for commenting, and I want to thank the viewers who are not able to get into the chat room for whatever reason, or who just wanted to watch. I just want to thank you so much for listening in, and I hope everyone is getting something from this. Evelyn, I was going to say something. I'm trying to think. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Take from Evelyn. She planned, but she didn't let anything hinder her. Somebody out there, you're being your own stumbling block. You are blocking your own success because what you're trying to do is you're trying to make everything perfect on your own before you launch anything. And it has nothing to do with you making it perfect. All you have to do is believe that it's going to be a success. Put a plan in action. Move forward. Stop going over and over that book. Go over it a few times, but don't go over it forever and ever, because that's what you're going to always find something wrong. Nothing is perfect. It's always going to be something wrong. Put it in, follow your plan, put it together, allow God to do the rest, allow your faith to do the rest, and market and promote. Let me tell you something. You could have a cup of Sprite mixed with Kool-Aid and mayonnaise, and it'd be disgusting. But if you promote it and market it the right way and you just keep going, somebody is going to buy it, and they'll buy more of it from you than the person who is sitting there trying to perfect their drink. Get it out there. All right. So, Evelyn, you have all of these successful businesses. You have books. You are a mom. You are a grandmom. You are is it a fiance? girlfriend?
He wants to marry me, but I have to make him work first with my business and see how good he fit in.
Look, I'm doing the snake, girl.
We've been going together for 5 years now, so marriage is what we're talking about soon because he really supports me a lot.
Yeah, yeah, but when you're the type of person that you've gone through so much that you've worked your way up and you've allowed God to work your way up that you know now how to take your time and how to appreciate stuff, and you want to make sure that it's right. And I can appreciate that. Your daughter is getting married. She's engaged. You're wedding shopping. You're remodeling your house.
Oh yes, I'm loving
that. You're doing your thing. And let me tell you something. Evelyn is the most stylish person, the most up to date, tech savvy person I know, because everything that comes out, she got it and she knows how to work it. So tell us.
It's about goals. It's about my goals and dreams, and I tell everybody you can have whatever you want. I don't just do so many strokes. My house was foreclosure twice. Okay, I went through so much, but when you focus and you got that vision, there's nothing can stop you.
Nothing. So tell us a little bit. We have about 12 minutes left in the show. I want you to tell us a little bit about your businesses. Give us some information on how we can contact you or even find out more about each business, and you can do it one at a time. And then I want you to inspire someone at the end of that. So let's start with, and your book too. So do you want to start with your businesses or your book?
Okay, I can start with the different books I have. I have 3 books out, and I know most people know the Idiot Guys, the yellow book for the Idiot Guys. That was one of my motivations that I wanted the Evelyns guys, and how that was created. Eva and Evelyn put together.
I love it.
So the Evelyns guys, and I wanted to have all the yellow book series. So that was one of my visions. So all my books start with Evelyn. So I have the Pleasure Guide to Marketing Your Micro Small Business. That's my very first book.
And it's awesome.
My most popular book.
I love it. I have it.
Yes, that's my popular. I still tell a lot of that. That was written in my sleep. I woke up, wrote that book in like 1 weekend, and it blew out. And then my next guide is the Evelyn Guide for the Growth Tight and Unique Micro Small Business. That's a book for people who get stuck and like, look, I've been in business for a while. I try to give you incentives on how to get unstuck. And I always tell a person, you know you're successful. You know you're not as successful as you're supposed to be when you still get the shut-off notice. If you're getting a shut-off notice, that means something needs to be done.
Yes.
You know? So I talked about that. And then my newest one is don't fake it until you make it. Learn it so you can earn it. And this is what my mother told me before she passed away. She always told me that I would be a teacher. And I told my mother, I don't know how to teach anybody. She said, you are going to be a teacher when you get older. She said, because you teach people and I never saw this until, recently. I said, Mom already knew that I was going to be a teacher. So that's why I tell people, I say, don't call me a coach or a mentor. Call me a teacherpreneur. And that's where it came from.
Got it.
And it's in a dictionary. It is actually a word.
Yes.
And that's how I started. I say my goal is to let small businesses know that you can be successful. And my dream is to teach you guys. And I don't want to be that person who charges $500 or $5,000. I want to be realistically.
Yes.
The big corporate world is not making no money. Realistically,
right.
The small business owners is doing it.
Yes.
Small people is doing it. So that's who I want to help. I don't want to, because I tell everybody, don't listen to what people say. Well, you can only have one business, or you're not a professional at all. That was back in the day. That's why all these businesses closed, because they listen to that.
Yes.
I tell you, you need to have multiple incomes coming which way, so when one won't do, the other one will.
That's right.
It works for me. It really works. I'll be sitting here, and next thing you know, when I wake up in the morning, it's times I wake up, I can have $400 or $500 sitting in my account, and the only thing I did was sleep. But my websites are set up. They set up to work it out, and I have business that work, and now I can be happy because my daughter just got a house. So,
right.
She can take care of herself.
Congratulations.
She's getting there. Everything is falling into place because I showed her the vision.
There it is.
I focus on her, so that's what she's focusing on. Her kids.
That's right. That's right.
So I started to change. Focus on her. She's focusing on her kids. And her kids are doing business stuff. So, we have to show others how to do it. So that's why I always tell people I'm a teacher. Because if I can teach you, hopefully you can teach somebody else, and we can all grow together.
Yeah, and I have a coworker at my job who says, give your all to your kids while you have them. Give them all. Give it all to them. And then when they get older, you will definitely get your life back.
Oh my God, the decorating I'm doing right now and doing my house just because I paid the price.
That's right.
I'm looking at my house now, I'm like, oh, I don't go buy this. And one lady asked me, she said, you must be in debt. I said, no, I pay all cash. I said, I put mine out at 21.
Hello.
Okay, my house is paid for. My car is 11 years old and it looks good because I take care of it.
That's right.
I said, I have no debt. I said, I pay cash. I do whatever I want to do because I was taught early on how to go through a lot of drama and stress and adversity. So when you go through a lot of adversity, you grow, and as the older you get, it becomes something that you just laugh at. Because you be like, oh,
yes. Yes, you can look back and laugh later. All right, so let's go to your businesses now.
Okay.
So
So
how can they get your book? How can they get your books?
They can go to www.d as in David, S as in Sam, D as in boy, G as in girl, the number 4, and the letter U as in umbrella. dsbd4u.com. And that's how they can get my book. And
I'm typing it in the chat room. You're going to see the word dot because Ustream doesn't allow you to put URLs up there. So I'm typing her information in, and you can go ahead and check out the website. Just know that the word dot is just the little dot. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So is that the only way they can get it? You ready to move on to your business?
They can get the book from that website. I have another website for EvelynInspires.com. They can get it from that website.
Okay, forever.
They can Facebook me if they want to. They can Facebook me at Evelyn Guru for you at Facebook and send me a message that way.
Okay, Evelyn Guru.
Guru, the number 4U for Facebook.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, they might just put authoress Evelyn Jackson, and that might come up that way too.
Okay.
And then my other business is pastrydivas.net.
And you can check out those wonderful cakes because
yes.
I love looking at them. It makes me want. I don't even know how people can even eat it. They look so pretty and they look so real. Especially I think it was the Scrabble board. I love that Scrabble board.
And it's funny because we go out. I do not even bake. Tiffany do all the baking. So she do the baking. I do the marketing. She stay in her corner. I stay in my corner.
And what was it? It was pastry.
Pastry Divas.
Okay, and that's .com.
That's .net.
Okay. All right. Let's talk about.
I got one more.
Go ahead.
One company I just created last month. It's called Portiscent. PORTASCENTS. It's all natural company.
All natural. And what kind of things do you sell for Portiscent? And it's portiscent.com.
All natural candles, hair products, body products, anything that's natural and organic. So I'm trying to get into myself. When you get my age, get more into yourself. And I want to sell it too. And
your hair looks fabulous. Evelyn just went all natural.
Thank you.
Is it portiscent.com?
Yes. So, and all these addresses is on my Facebook page. I got everything on my Facebook page. So if they go on authoress Evelyn Jackson, they see all this stuff on there.
Authoress Evelyn Jackson. You can search her on Facebook. Evelyn, I want to thank you, and I really appreciate you sharing your story. I know you have touched someone. Prophetess Loretta said the cakes are awesome. I order them every year. And Marissa Nova G said, I know Evelyn personally and professionally. She is a blessing, and you can learn a lot from her faith.
Oh, thank you. I know so many prophets. I hear so many names, and I talk to so many people, and thank you guys for having me. I enjoy talking to people. I want everybody to go, because we all can grow. We can have a beautiful life. I just want everybody just to grow and smile. Just grow and smile.
Yes. Now, Evelyn, speak to somebody right now and encourage somebody, motivate somebody tonight on how to let go even when they're faced against all odds.
Okay, yes. If you're going through something, you just got to let it go. And if you feel as though you cannot let it go, find someone you can talk to. Make sure they're sincere. Even me, you can come on and speak to me on Facebook. I talk to people about their personal lives. I'm not a psychiatrist or nothing, I've been through some stuff.
Yes.
And you might have to go to your church, or you might have to talk to a stranger, somebody who you don't know, so you can feel better. You can call me, you can talk to me. I don't mind, because my life, I know, is supposed to help others. But if you feel suicidal, I've been there. If you feel as though there's nothing but walls around you, I've been there. If you were hurt by a man in an abusive relationship, I've been there. Mm-hmm. If your business is fell, I've been there. I've been through a lot, and the only thing I do is, like I said, let's round and make sure I fall on my back so I can get up. I just keep getting up, and I keep getting up, and as you keep getting up, it's like it gets easier. So if you feel as though you can't go any further, and I give you this one tip: just get some business cards. Get some business cards. If you cannot afford business cards, get some postcards. Write out about 50 postcards. Five people you know. Give each one of them 10 postcards, and say if you get a client, you'll take them out to Dunkin' Donuts or Wawa. Watch how fast your business will grow. I do not work my business by myself. I work it smarter, not harder. Right. I give other people things to do. I sit back and reap the rewards, and I make sure I pay them for their services. But you got to get other people to help bring your business out. You cannot do it alone. But take them to your cards, have different people, and give them incentives that I'll buy you coffee. And watch how your business will grow very fast.
Yes. And Evelyn, I just want to tell you, thank you. We have 2 minutes left in the show. I want to thank you so much. I'm so honored that you are here tonight to encourage and motivate our audience, and for being on my show.
Oh, thank you. I felt so special. We finally did it.
I know, we finally did it. And also, shout out your granddaughters. Say something to them, to your grandchildren.
Shout out to my daughter, Tiffany, my granddaughter, Tamara, who's here with me tonight. She's listening to the call.
Hi.
Because she wants to be an author just like me.
Awesome.
She's 9 years old. She said, Grandma, I'm going to be just like you. Can I put it like tonight?
Let her say hi. Tell her to say hi.
I was like, oh, she's not a beautiful. She's looking at me. But she's here with me, and she always say, Grandma, I'm going to be just like you. So that's the other half tomorrow. Y'all see on Facebook a lot. But I love it because my grandkids are many entrepreneurs, and they're all about teaching and learning. So people, get into your kids with somebody. Teach somebody your skill, because if you're not teaching somebody, you're not growing. Thank you so much, Evelyn. We love you. You're welcome. Love you, guys. You take care. Don't forget anybody. Y'all can talk to me on Facebook. I'm here.
Thank you. Have a great night.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. And that was Evelyn. We don't have time for our co-host to come on tonight. I will play the song as we leave off. You can reach me at http://fightofmylife.webs.com. I'm on Facebook, Sequoya Willis. My Facebook fan page is Fight of My Life. My Twitter is at Sequoya Willis, same as it's spelled on this screen right here. I'm on Instagram at Sequoya Willis. I'm on Google Plus, Sequoya Willis. You can find me on Google, and my email is sequoiawillis@gmail.com. You can also find my books on my website, Fight of My Life, and you can Google it and purchase them on Barnes & Nobles, in the iBookstore, and also I think it's Amazon and Lulu. Okay? So thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you everyone in the chat room. A. Canty, thank you for saying the show is good. And I am going to play the same song we came on with. Enjoy your evening, and remember, don't focus on you, focus on God and someone else that needs you in their life right now. And just keep moving. Don't let the storm distract you. Good night, everyone. Remember, keep rising to the top and give it all you got.